their adult websites. You go in the search thing, you type in there, whatever you're looking for. Sometimes the search algorithm's way off, and you end up getting some weird shit. And sometimes you end up with, if this is what you're into, I'm not kink shaming you. Hey, whatever. But there's some of these videos I've seen where these girls are tied up. They're literally hog-tied. Plus extra ties, like literally around their boobs and around like their hips and their crotch. Like not the actual like vagina part of their crotch, but like around their legs, real tight at the top of their legs where their legs connect to their body, their butts. And like using like ropes that you'd see like on a horse, like pulling, like they're just like not leather straps, but like old school rope that you'd, on a ship, but just thinner. This class is actually teaching people how to tie each other up in bondage. That's what this class was supposed to be for at a publicly funded university. Now, you guys know I'm not a prude. Fuck whoever you want, do whatever you want. I don't give a shit. Put whatever you want, wherever you want. I don't care. But it's a school, and if I was a parent, I am a parent, but in this case, if I was a parent paying for my child to go to this school and be a student, I don't think I'd be real thrilled knowing that my money would be going to them learning how to tie women up, or men up for that matter, for different erotic activities, bondage, sadomasochism, all these different things that come along with bondage. I don't think I'd be real thrilled knowing that my kid is being taught that. That's what the internet's for, and that's free. That's what the porn sites are for. It's free. No, I'm joking. It probably is better to learn it in some sort of class, obviously, versus learning it on the internet. But I don't know, man. I just think it's a little weird that people are paying for their kids to go learn about bondage. It just doesn't really jive for me. It doesn't make sense. So they do have, speaking of, I mentioned Taylor Swift several times tonight. Apparently I have Taylor on the mind. They do have Taylor Swift courses at Stanford about her and her experiences. I don't even know what the fuck they're about, but anyway, they have Taylor Swift courses. So I guess why not courses about bondage? You could, what about a class, how to tie up Taylor Swift? I like that one. Her stalker would probably love that one. Let's see here. Trying to think what else I have here. Oh yeah, I got this other kinky story here. Now this one I might have to shame. This kink, I got to be honest with you. Might have to shame this kink. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the ABDL community. That is the Adult Baby Diaper Lovers community. Well, they are, speaking of communities, there's a community that is up in arms in a small New Hampshire town where a new bed and breakfast has opened up. It's designed specifically for the ABDL community, which is insane. A little tiny New Hampshire town. This is in Atkinson, New Hampshire. They got about 7,000 people there. There's a new business there called the Diaper Spa. So here, let's pull up their website actually real quick. Oh yeah, I'll accept your cookies. Tell me more about the Diaper Spa. Oh, okay, so here it is. Here are some pictures of the Diaper Spa and what you can expect if you were to go spend an evening at the Diaper Spa. Here it is. Oh, nope, I don't have any questions. I just want to look at your creepy place. Here's one of the rooms. The stuffed animal, I understand. I'm not really sure what those bells are for. I don't know many babies that like bells or into weird cows. Okay, now this looks like a little baby's room for sure. Got your alphabet carpet on the floor. A giant crib for big weirdos. Got your little Grogu there on the corner or on the bed there. Zoom in. Oh, wait, I can't. Won't let me zoom. Won't let me zoom. Oh, shit, I lost my... There we go. Okay, a little bunk bed kind of situation with some anime stuff, some boys and girls. And then you go. There's their logo. So that's the diaper spot. Oh, wait, hold on. I missed this picture. There's this table. You know what that looks like to me? That looks like a changing table. Okay, that's where it starts getting dirty, literally. Oh, a nice little high chair in the corner. Very cute. And then just a weird random bed that I have no idea what has to do with babies. Maybe that's where they do all of the cuddling, all of that good stuff. I got to be honest with you. Oh, so here's the prices, by the way, for this. I forgot to tell you guys that. Virtual play dates go for $200 an hour, and an all-day diaper B&B experience that provides baby pampering is $1,500. So obviously the little small town is not happy about this. Very ugly. I'm not sure what... Brap said this ended badly on the old show. We got to see a full frontal of JLR. I don't know what the hell that means, Brap. Honestly, like, totally out of context. I have no idea what that means, dude. All right. These diaper guys, and I don't know. I'm assuming that means they talked about this on the old show the other day or whatever. I don't know. I've had this story for 2 weeks. I just haven't talked about it. But anyway. Here's the thing that bothers me about this. Like, I don't care that people do this, but as just like now that I screwed up on business stuff, so I'm not going to sit here and pretend I'm a perfect business owner, but as a business owner, I feel like this is a very fucking stupid idea. What of these baby diaper people, which of them are going to go to this publicly? You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't go out of the house to have this done. You make a phone call. I mean, what are you going to do? Drive up to that place in your car with your license plate and you're just going to get out and walk into the adult diaper B&B? Fuck no. You do that shit at home. That's a heavy internet thing where you would have them come to your house. You got a whole process. Let's break it down how these guys would work. If I was one of these guys, if my thing was to be babied. So what I would do is I'd look up and find out, who's interested in doing this. You know what I mean? You search, go on the dark web, whatever you got to do. You figure out who's providing these services. Then once you figure out who's providing these services, you have them come to your house. What is that? An in call versus an out call? Where I think that's where I don't know prostitute terms, but anyway. So it's a dumb idea because they're all going to be coming. You're going to order this in, right? So you call them. You finally set up the whole date. You're going to get a 2-hour session or an all-day session. The full baby. Oh, there we go. Hello. Welcome to another Dumb Show. I'm another Dumb Show host. Thank you for joining me this evening on issue number, what are we on, 180? So good to have you guys all here with me tonight. Regular show tonight, no gaming tonight, so we don't have to hear any belly aching from anybody about it. I'm just playing with you guys. No, I'm glad to have you guys here. I apologize, we did the gaming show last night. You guys just gotta understand, I'm not just doing this only now. I'm driving during the day and plus still handling all the DJ stuff. So brother gets a little tired. So it's hard to get, sometimes if I drive too late, I just don't have enough time to get home and prep for the show. And I don't want to give you guys just me sitting here saying, hey, I DoorDashed, listen to what I did today. So easier and I think better to do some gaming. And I know it's not for everybody, but those of you who enjoy it, I'm glad to have you guys here. So 844-HIT-DUMB, 844-448-3862. That is the number to call if you'd like to call into the show. Let me know what you guys got going on. You got a question for me? Call in with your question. I'll be happy to answer that question. I know the other day, I gave you guys a hard time the other day when you were calling and asking my favorite color and what kind of peanut butter I liked or whatever. But no, I did enjoy actually when Tessa called back and was asking some other questions. I think she asked what my porn name would be and my favorite country artist and stuff like that. So if you want to learn a little bit more about me, give us a call, 844-HIT-DUMB. And of course, you can always follow the show on X and Instagram at Another Dumb Show, on all the socials, even over there on TikTok. And if you do not want to see my handsome face while you're listening to the show, you can do so. You can download the show as an audio-only podcast through YouTube Music. Speaking of the League of Dummies over there, I'd like to give a big shout out to B4. Whoa, holy shit. B4 was first in chat today. Thank you to her. And welcome to everybody in the league. Thank you to the League of Dummies. Those of you who are not already members of the League of Dummies, I encourage you to hit the join button so you'll have access to our members only shows. I believe we're going to do one on Sunday. I'm going to drive during the day. I was planning on driving during the day. It all depends. I think Daytona 500 is on Sunday. So I'd like to do maybe a members only show during the race. Maybe during the last, I don't know, we can aim for the last 100 laps or something like that. We're going to sit there for the whole race. We'll see. But I was going to drive on Sunday because I forgot that tomorrow I'm not going to be able to drive at all because I have to take my mom in for her operation to have the mass either biopsied or removed from her body. So we have to be there at 6 a.m. tomorrow. Unbelievable. 6 a.m. we got to be there. But forget about all that. A huge superfan donation from Angelina, who just said she's sending over a late Valentine's Day gift. Holy shit. Thank you so much for that. You're making my heart go pitter-patter. I was really not expecting that. I know I saw her before the show say she had something sweet coming. I thought they were talking about the not safe for work thing in the Discord. I thought she was talking about some nudes or something that she was getting ready to post in there. Instead, she's hooking us up here, keeping another show, another dumb show up and running. So we are fan funded, and we wouldn't be able to do it without you guys and your generous support. So thank you so much to you, Angelina, for taking care of the show. So Negative Nancy Brapp, he is saying it is supposed to rain all day on Sunday at Daytona. That was actually the next thing I was going to get to with Daytona. I'm hoping they can get the race in. If not, maybe I imagine that means they're going to end up doing it Monday, I think is what they did last time it rained. They do it Monday. So I don't know. We'll have to see. But I owe you guys a members only show that is a non-gaming members only show. Becky was mentioning it, and I saw Creepy Michelle in there mentioning it. You guys are absolutely right. I do owe those to you. So I will try to put something together for you guys to do that. So, let's see here. Becky said, how many hours a day do you drive? I usually drive 5 hours a day. And then I come home, I take a lunch for about a half hour, sometimes an hour. And then I usually prep for like 2 hours for the show, figuring out what we're going to talk about and finding videos and just kind of, figuring out, what I'm going to say about what we're going to talk about because I smoke too much weed and can't keep track of what I'm going to say. I can't remember from 5 minutes ago half the time, so I have to write out little bullet points and things for myself to kind of keep myself on track as the show goes along. Yeah, that's my schedule. Like I drive 4 or 5 hours, come home, take a little break for myself, prep for 2 hours, do the show for 2 hours, end the show, Usually try to go to bed right after that if I can. So that's my schedule. But in between there, I usually have to wake up before I start driving to try to work on DJ paperwork, get back to people for inquiries, contracts and invoices for couples that I've booked, that kind of stuff. So, which is actually very tedious and fairly time consuming. So, got a packed schedule here. So, every once in a while, a brother needs to, I want to, make sure I'm still providing content for you guys, not just taking a day off or anything like that. So, that's why we will do gaming shows here and there. So, and then when, once I'm not, when I'm not like, because I'm in the off season right now for weddings, because that's where the lion's share of my income comes from DJing weddings. This time of year it's slow. There's no wedding income coming in besides deposits, and that can only that's not as frequently as you think. So, got to work during the day now, doing the DoorDash or whatever, which is fine. I don't mind doing that. But once things pick back up as far as income from weddings, I would probably do DoorDashing less and just focus on driving even more. So. Let's see here. I have an email here from Brett, who also put about 6,000 comments on last night's issue. Brett is very upset with the amount of commercials that YouTube is putting on the show. I'll be honest with you, I don't get complaints from anybody else except Brett about this. And I'm not trying to single you out, Brett. This just seems to be the case. For whatever reason, and last night he was saying that the chat wasn't working either. I don't know. I don't know why the chat has been weird for the past couple days. It was weird when I was doing the gaming show last night. It kept like freezing up and like just turning gray. The whole thing would just turn gray. I'd have to back out of YouTube and get back to the show and all that. So I don't know what's going on with it. Yeah, but he's saying there's one he's going through the times at an hour and 2 minutes, an hour and 7 minutes, an hour and 14 minutes, an hour and 20 minutes. And then he said, I'm out. He said, I couldn't take it anymore, and he bounced. So, Brett, I appreciate you making it as long as you have, my friend. But I can't control the ads. And he says, what's the email he said here? He goes, if the website that you stream on puts a commercial in every 3 to 7 minutes, they need to be paying you. Well, yeah, YouTube does pay me per view, and it does pay for when there are ads on there. You know what it is? Is I've kind of cleaned up. I haven't been swearing as much. I don't know if you've noticed, but I haven't been dropping the C-bombs and the F-bombs every other word. And I think when, God love Mikey. I love Mikey. I don't mean to talk badly about him at all. If you're watching, dude, I hope you're okay. I haven't heard from you in a minute since I texted you last, so I hope you're okay. Anyway, what was I saying? Totally forgot what I was saying. Damn, I totally lost my train of thought there when I got to Mikey. Website. I'm going backwards now, trying to remember where I was. YouTube puts a commercial in every 3 minutes. They need to pay you. They do. Oh, that's where I was leaving off. I'm not swearing as much. Almost all of our issues were getting demonetized a while back. Like almost all of them. And then it was like, I'll be honest with you, the last however many have not. So I don't know if it was like every once in a while, like they would catch Mikey using his vape. And I'm not picking on Mikey. I'm not blaming him for anything, because usually I could do a review and it will let it go through. But people would watch it, and because it was under review, it wouldn't play any ads. Because YouTube deemed it not suitable for ads. So you'll be watching it, and there'd be no ads because I haven't requested a review yet, or it's in review, and so there have been no ads put in the video yet. So a lot of people catch them before the ads get put in, because I don't really realize they're not being monetized until the next day. I don't realize that YouTube has blocked ads from the video. But the last, like I said, maybe week and a half, I've not had issues with it. So I don't know if it just YouTube's lightened up. If it was every once in a while, it would catch the Mikey on his vape, or me smoke. I'm not really sure what it is, but it's just they've not been flagged over the past week and a half. Most of them, at least. I think maybe one of them had. So I'm wondering if that's why Brett is seeing all the ads, because they're actually putting the ads in because I'm not doing content that advertisers would deem unsuitable. So I'm not really exactly sure. So, um, well, let's see here. Oh, I did get. I mentioned our buddy Brap. Hold on one sec. Let me open this here in a new tab. Negative Nancy in the chat. Brap. He is. Why is this not open? Oh, for the love of God. He sent in he sent in a pretty funny picture. Bust my balls. I am a Swiftie. I love Taylor Swift. I'm not as a humongous, like a major Swiftie, like most of the girls are. You know what I mean? But I'm a dude who likes Taylor Swift. That's all there is to it. And Brap said, well, I guess Ford has released a new vehicle designed for men who listen to Taylor Swift. It's the Ford F-150 edition. Designed for dudes like me. So, why is that cutting off the top of that? I don't know why it's cutting off the top of that. But anyway, it says Ford has released a new, quote, men who listen to Taylor Swift edition F-150, and it is rainbow colored with furry tires, and because I'm so gay because I listen to Taylor Swift. All right, you got me, Brap. I'll admit it's not the manliest thing. To be a Taylor Swift fan, being a 46-year-old dude. But I appreciate her talent, and I like a good voice, and I think she's hot, and I'm a sucker for all of that combination right there. So, I mentioned Mikey. Eloquent Mixes put a comment up on issue number 179. It said, Mike is ghost for good with a question mark. And then a crying face. It says, I'm in Rochester. I'll probably bump into him sooner or later. I hope you do, because Mikey's a good dude. So Mikey's not ghost like he ghosted or anything like that. He just is, well, I don't know. I think I left him on red for a couple days, and then I texted him back. And then he hasn't gotten back to me, so I think I'm getting punished for leaving him on red for a couple days. You know how dudes are. We're petty. Anyway, no, Mikey is stepped away indefinitely because he's got stuff he's working on himself right now. So I say indefinitely because it's not definite. It's indefinitely until he decides that he is feeling good enough to come back and work on the show. So, but I don't know why anybody would want to work with somebody like me, a guy like me, who after a mass shooting has the gall, the audacity to play a video game. I tell you what, I am, no, I'm just joking around. I got a little bit of flack last night during the gaming show right at the beginning of it because obviously unless you live under a rock, you don't realize it, but I'm sure because it's been literally the news has been nonstop about it on regular news stations, sports stations, everywhere has been talking about the mass shooting in Kansas City that happened last night or yesterday afternoon, I guess it would be. And obviously a tragic event, very sad. A few members of the league thought it was in bad taste that I would play a shooting game right after a mass shooting. I mean, I don't honestly. It probably would have been smart to go live. I could have just talked about that, but what am I going to say about it? Besides the obvious, it's sad. It's tragedy. It's happening too frequently. Guns are a problem in this country. You guys know I don't like guns. I think guns suck. I think they're pussy. I think men and people who have problems should go out and fist fight and fix their problems if they can't hash it out like adults speaking about things. If it escalates to the point of violence, just punch each other. And in the end, one person will be standing and the other one will be on the ground. And usually if things go right, the person standing helps the person that they just knocked down up and say, all right, is this all squashed here? We realize I'm going to kick your ass the next time you try to fuck around with me or whatever. Okay. And then instead, what we now deal with is the person who got knocked out will then go home, pick up a gun, and go back to shoot the guy knocked out. This is pussy shit. So again, I'm not into guns. And if I had to guess, oh, by the way, and I remember back when I was on the show, there was, back on RMG back in the day, the old radio show I was on, there was a, we talked a lot about video game violence and violent video games and how it affected, if it was affecting mass shooters and children and drawing them more to guns and things like that. We talked about that a lot. So much so that I said when I was with a producer, I said, hey, you know what? I'm going to try to get somebody on Oh, thank you, Eloquent Mixes. Super fan donation. Appreciate you. That was Eloquent Mixes' first super fan on a live stream. So thank you very much, dude. I appreciate you, dude. Anyway, so when I was producing on the old show, we talked about violent video games so frequently. I got one of the foremost experts who on violent on children on the effect of violent video games on children, and he came on the show and he made it very clear that violent video games do not have an effect on children and their violent behavior. It does not lead to violent behavior or any of that kind of stuff. So, I don't think I did anything wrong last night. I can understand maybe the bad taste part of it because, you know, we're shooting at people after they've just been a shooting. I can understand that part. But again, it's just more senseless gun violence, and I just don't think that, you know, I'm not going to change the way I do things. So here is the chief of police of the Kansas City chief of police giving an update today about the shooting and who was involved with it in Kansas City yesterday.
First and foremost, I want to stress that preliminary investigative findings have shown there was no nexus to terrorism or homegrown violent extremism. This appeared to be a dispute between several people that ended in gunfire. During the overnight hours, we learned there are 23 victims of yesterday's shooting. One of our victims, Elizabeth Galvin, 43 years old, died. We are learned there are 23 victims of yesterday's shooting. One of our victims, Elizabeth Galvin, 43 years old, died. We are still learning about her, but know that she is beloved by many. To her friends and family, we are with you, and we are working tirelessly to investigate her murder. The 22 victims' age range between 8 years old and 47 years old.
I have no idea what just happened right there. Somehow my mic turned off. I saw Becky say that it was too quiet, you couldn't hear anything. And then all of a sudden, my mic turned itself off. I have no fucking idea what just happened, how my mic turned off. I wonder if I bumped it when I switched my camera. Apologize, guys. I have no fucking idea what just happened right there. What I was saying was I was complaining about the hi Tessa, you're on another dumb show. Are you telling me that my microphone was turned off?
Mics are off. Oh, you turned them on. Never mind.
Yeah, thank you. I'm sorry. I went to switch my camera and I bumped my mic off button. Sorry.
You're right.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
So no, what I was saying, you guys didn't miss much. All I was saying was I was playing the audio of this woman, and I was getting annoyed that while she's saying that this woman that at the shooting, she's giving the update on the shooting, and she's explaining who died. And listen to what she decided. I was pissed off because they're doing these fucking updates outside. Why are they doing these updates? Yesterday they had 3 different press conferences. Every single one of them was interrupted by a helicopter, an ambulance, or something like that. Every single one of them. It was driving me crazy. So why don't they move these fucking press conferences inside? Put it in like a rotunda, like I was saying before. You couldn't hear because my mic was off. Or a conference room or something. We're trying to get information, and we can't hear it because your dipshits are outside.
23 victims of yesterday's shooting. One of our victims, Elizabeth Galvin, 43 years old, died. We are still learning
so
about
ridiculous.
her, but know that she is beloved by many. To her friends and family.
Yeah, wait for the bus to leave now. Okay.
We are with you. And we are working tirelessly to investigate her murder. The 22 victims' age range between 8 years old and 47 years old. At least half of our victims are under the age of 16. As mentioned yesterday, we have subjects detained, 2 of which are juveniles. We are working to determine the involvement of others. And it should be noted we have recovered several firearms. This incident is still a very active investigation.
So there you go. It was real quick before I move on. Big ups to Angelina, who she did a huge super fan donation earlier, and now she's just gifted 5 another Dumb Show memberships. Eric got hooked up. Bad Will, Curdy, Jeff Jr., and Matthew were all hooked up by Angelina with another Dumb Show membership. So thank you very much, Angelina. On behalf of the 5 of them, I thank you very much. And then right after that, Scott78 comes in hot with a life goes on. I don't stop living just because of a shooting. So let's play some Call of Duty. I'm with you, bro. Life's got to go on. It's got to move on. We can't stop doing the things we like to do because, well, I tell you what, it might be a little different if yesterday's, and I know this might sound bad. This is probably going to come out really weird or bad, or could be misconstrued terribly. But the news is not talking about it. If this were while it was a mass shooting, okay, many people were shot, the person was killed, it was terrible. Don't get me wrong. It's different than what we think of with we have so many different types of mass shootings at this point. School shootings, terrorist shootings, people shooting cops in, ambush situations. We have so many of these types of mass shootings at this point. Hate crimes. This was none of those. This was, like they said, it was just some juveniles, in quote, a dispute between several people is how they described it, not an act of terrorism. Now, the news is talking about, now I know in these instances, you don't, in the mass shootings, if there's some guy who's doing it, some anti-Semite who kills a bunch of Jews or something like that. You don't want to show him because you don't want to glorify him and his message of hate. You talk about the victims. In this case, why the fuck aren't they talking more about the shooters? I don't care if they're juveniles. This is not a weird one-off thing where somebody came there to shoot people. Well, I take that back. Somebody did come there to shoot people, but it's because his homeboy had called him and said, yo, dog, my dude is here who we hate from our rival whatever. I don't know. I don't want to insinuate it's gang related, but here's the scenario that I've come up with for this, based on the small amount of information I've gotten. I could be completely wrong, but here's what I think went down at this thing. You got two guys there. You say one is on the red team and one's on the yellow team, okay? And we're not talking football guys. We're talking teams of people. I don't think I can say the G word here on YouTube for whatever reason. They don't like that. So we'll just say they're teams. We got a red team and a yellow team, okay? The guy on the red team notices, oh shit, that's that dude from the yellow team that we got beef with. So I'm gonna call all my dudes on the red team and say, yo, dude, come down here because there's a bunch of yellows here and we're a bunch of reds. And so bring your gun. Because if you show up, because if you're a criminal, I imagine most of them walk around with a pistol, a handgun on them. But how did the assault rifle end up there? You know what I'm saying? It's because in my guess of what happened was the guy on the red team called his buddy and he said, yo, there's a bunch of yellows here. Bring the assault rifle and let's lay down some rounds and take out all these dudes. That's what and I left out too. The red and the yellow dude maybe had a little beef. They They didn't go there intending to fight, but the red and the yellow dude saw each other. They knucked up a little bit, maybe they scrapped a little bit, something like that. And then, like I said, somebody makes a phone call, and then another dude comes with a bigger strap, and then they just go crazy. Again, totally hypothetical, but if I had to guess, that's probably what happened. Why are they not talking about that in the news? Why are they not saying they're just talking about how it was a shooting and there's some juveniles in custody. Could we dig a little bit more into what we think it might be? I've not even heard on the opinion shows them talk about that. Maybe they will this evening or whatever, but it's a little bit ridiculous as far as I'm concerned. So they're treating it like a traditional mass shooting. It is a mass shooting, but what's the motive? I haven't heard them even say. We don't even know the motive for it, which means other than a dispute. I mean, what was the dispute? Were they fighting? Why were they fighting? Is one of them a 49ers fan and one's a Chiefs fan? What? One of them doesn't like Patrick Mahomes. One of them is an anti-Swiftie and started talking shit, and a Swiftie, the other one was a Swiftie, and they started shooting. I don't know. But speaking of Taylor Swift, much like the grief that I got last night, Taylor Swift's boyfriend, Travis Kelce, is also now in trouble for not tucking his tail between his legs and just running home after the shooting, because obviously it happened at the Kansas City Chiefs parade for winning the Super Bowl. So obviously Travis Kelce and all of them, even with, before any of the shooting happened, they had a whole fucking day and night planned out. You drink that thing starts at 8 a.m. and goes till 4 or 5 in the next morning, if not longer. Because those guys are ripping rails, they're off season, they're not getting tested, so they are partying. They're eating Adderalls, they're doing whatever they can do to be able to drink from 8 in the morning till 4 in the morning. So that's their day. That's all I heard another guy, I like the Pat McAfee show, and they have this guy named A.Q. Shipley, I think is his name, and he was a lineman in the NFL. And he was talking about when they went to the parade, or when he was in the parade for winning the Super Bowl, I believe in Tampa. So he was with Tom Brady. His was pretty fun. He was down there during COVID, so they were on all the boats. He said it was the best day of his life. And judging from what I've seen in all these parades, this is when these guys finally are allowed to let loose. Their personalities come out. You got people, they're doing crazy. They're drinking all day. By the time this shooting happened, these dudes are wasted. They are completely bombed by the time this even starts. I mean, maybe some of them don't, but I guarantee you Kelce was. There's no doubt in my mind. But they're getting all kinds of flack, Travis Kelce in particular, for a couple reasons. After the shooting, he was seen taking a selfie with the police officer that they're saying was in bad taste. So here's that picture that's gotten him into trouble. There's everybody upset with Travis because he took a selfie. Now, if I had to guess, there was a conversation that happened before that selfie where the cop was like, yeah, it was just a couple of dudes, a couple of bangers or whatever, and shit got out of hand and one of them started spraying and stuff. So, yeah, it's definitely not, it's safe. There's no more threat. It's not a terrorist thing. You know what I'm saying, guys? It's a couple kids that got out of hand. So, yeah, go have a good night, guys. I'm sure that's what the cop said to him. And then they took a fucking selfie together. Who cares? But people are even more upset because I guess they went to a sports bar afterwards. And Patrick Mahomes went, but nobody's mad at Patrick Mahomes. They're all mad at the caveman, Travis Kelce. I guess he got so drunk at the party, he went on stage, and he couldn't even speak, supposedly, because he was so drunk at the party. Good for him. Good for you, Travis. I'm so happy to hear it, man. I hope he went up on stage, fucking chugged a big bottle of Jack, smashed the motherfucker, took the mic and said, "You gotta fight for your right to party." Fucking threw the mic at somebody and fucking puked on the stage and walked the fuck off. And as he's walking off, yells, "America!" Because that's exactly what the fuck he should have been doing. Because that's what we do here. When you do something good, you work your ass off, and you finally are allowed to celebrate that, you fucking do that. You celebrate in the best way you know possible, and that guy knows how to party. So fucking A, goddamn right he should be partying. Because the show must go on. In America, we don't let gun violence sway our way of life. I wrote this down here because it's important. It wasn't terrorism, all right? We learned on 9/11 that as Americans, the show must go on. We don't stop doing American things just because there's some gun violence. I will continue to play my violent video games and stream it. And NFL players will party after the parade they work so hard to earn. This whole internet fallout over Kelsey, it's all phony. It's a bunch of bullshit. It's a bunch of haters. A bunch of people who don't like Taylor Swift. A bunch of people who are just a bunch of jerks. It's enough. And now all this shit about all the red flags with Kelsey. So many red flags with him. Oh my God, he spiked his helmet in the middle of the season. Oh God, no. A football player got mad on the sidelines during a game and then he yelled at his coach. He assaulted his coach. He yelled at his coach and bumped into him. Oh, woe is me. Clutch my pearls. I can't believe it. Give me a fucking break, man. This is what fucking football players do. And now he's taking selfies with cops, partying after mass shootings. I got an itch in my leg. Sorry. Damn it. This tattoo that I got half removed, this thing itches like hell sometimes. I got to get the rest of this damn tattoo removed. Anyway. So, yeah, I don't feel, like I said, I think the cops probably gave Travis the heads up that, hey, look, there's no terrorists. There's no mass, while it was a mass shooting, there's no continued threats for you to have to worry about, my dude. So, yeah, go party, bruh. Enjoy it. Go Chiefs. Let's see. Let me check in with the chat. Make sure I didn't miss anything here. Michael K said they are not talking about the shooters because they're not white straight males. It doesn't fit their narrative if it was a white guy. Their name and face would have been plastered everywhere within an hour. Well, they kind of hide that stuff sometimes. They don't really, that's the new thing. Like if there's any of these shooters, they don't show who they are. The internet unearths them. So it'll be interesting to see. That's the thing. There's nothing about these guys. I know they're juveniles, but I haven't found much about them. I didn't dig too much, but usually you just go on Twitter, you type in like the shooter, whatever, the incident and the shooter, and then it starts popping up a bunch of pictures of the guys and stuff like that and what they did, what they did for a living. And then their neighbors come out and say, oh, they were a nice guy. Oh, whatever. Very weird. Very weird that the way this is being covered. So I'm interested to see tonight after I get off the show. I'll put on some of the other, like the news shows and the opinion shows and stuff and see if they have. I didn't turn on Fox News though. I wonder what their opinion is on it, if they've covered it a little bit differently, because I just can't watch them anymore. But I'm interested to see what their take on it might be. So the Chiefs, they won the Super Bowl. Well, that was on Sunday. The Super Bowl was great, a lot of fun. There was a bunch of stories that came out of this past Super Bowl. Like little stupid ones, like Usher got married right at the end of the Super Bowl. That was weird. I don't know why I brought that up, but I thought it was weird that he got married right after the Super Bowl at I think the Little White Chapel or whatever. But there was another funny story that I found that came out of the Super Bowl. It's about the host of the show Hot Ones. What an ingenious idea that is, by the way. That Hot Ones show, I love it. You have celebrities come on. You have them, because you know how celebrities are, they don't really want to talk about stuff. Their guard's always up. They'll half talk about stuff. They just want to promote whatever they're to promote or whatever. But this dude gets them to lower their guard so well by shoving all that hot sauce down their throat, because you just become a normal human being when your throat and mouth and insides are on fire from all the hot sauce you're eating. You're just a normal fucking person at that point. You're ready to talk about whatever. So we're ready to tell whatever story about whatever. So Great idea. I love it. So anyway, the host of Hot Ones is a guy named Sean Evans. Now, and the few times I've watched the show, he seems like a likable guy. He's kind of a little bit soft-spoken, kind of chill, like just kind of a dude, I guess. Maybe not too bro-ish, dude-ish, but I don't know. He just seems like a very nice guy, relatable type of guy. But so he is, I guess, relatable in this sense a little bit. But I did find that what he did on Valentine's Day was kind of funny. So it starts back on Sunday at the Super Bowl. He was spotted at the Super Bowl with a porn star named Melissa Stratton. And let me see if I can find a picture of Melissa here. Let me pull this picture up. Here you go. So here is Melissa Stratton. She is an adult film star. Now, that's an important part of the story. Melissa Stratton. And I guess maybe here, let me see if I can find a picture of this dude here so we know who we're talking about here, this Sean Evans guy, just so you know, in case you haven't seen it. Well, here what I'll do, I'll show you this picture. This picture, so on Sunday, so the Sean Evans guy, he takes this porn star, Melissa Stratton, to the Super Bowl. All right? And while they're there, they take a picture together. And it's a pretty cool picture because you got Gordon Ramsay in the background. I can't really tell who that guy with the gray hair is. He might be nobody. Anyway. But anyway, it's a cool selfie. You got yourself a beer there. She's looking nice. Got her Louis Vuitton on, big porn star lips. And I'm not going to lie, he does look a little uncomfortable in the picture. Just a little bit. Not terribly uncomfortable, but that's not a big beaming. He's not like, he's so happy to be in the picture with her. He's kind of like, I'm taking a picture with a porn star at the Super Bowl. Okay. So on Valentine's Day, this guy calls Melissa Stratton on the phone, and he breaks up with her over the phone on Valentine's Day after just having taken her to the Super Bowl. And the reason that he decided to break up with her was because of that picture that I just showed you. Here, I'll pull it back up again. I just closed it by accident. So this picture is the reason why he decided to break up with her. And the reason is, he tells her, because he wanted to keep their relationship out of the public eye. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock, you're dating a porn star. You know, no, like, you don't, like Jimmy Garoppolo is infamously known for taking a porn star out to a nice restaurant and being caught doing it. Like, if you're going to go out with a porn star, you Uber Eats, man. Like, you don't go to the fucking Super Bowl with her if you're trying to keep shit under wraps, dude. You just Uber Eats, you pound her out, make some crazy videos with her or whatever, and see whatever she's into, and have her call her friends over, and you have the whole thing. But fuck, you take her to the fucking Super Bowl? I don't know what made him think that he was going to get away with it when it's like the most public thing in the fucking world. There's a zillion cameras. Everybody's taking pictures. You were not going to get away with taking a porn star to the Super Bowl. You just weren't. So I'm thinking he probably got some backlash, maybe from his agent or his publicist or the producers of Hot Ones, because if you're a celebrity, you don't want to attach yourself to somebody who's attached to a porn star. That is like, you know, there's a porn stars are, you know, if you're a known porn star fucker, you don't want to go eat hot wings with that guy, with the known porn star fucker. But no, it's more of that, like, because porn stars, a lot of them, they have a bad reputation for, a lot of them have been known for doing drugs. I just saw some porn chick was almost died, I think, from a fentanyl or heroin opiate overdose of a famous porn star, well, as famous as they can be these days with porn being free, really. But I've seen her in my searches, so I recognized her. But anyway, bad rep for a lot of these porn stars. They do drugs. Excessively. There's partiers. just like I said, there's just a stigma attached to porn stars that celebrities wouldn't want anything to do with. So I could see if the producers were like, yo, your picture of you and your porn star girlfriend are not going to help us book guests, guy. Maybe we don't do that anymore. But I feel bad because he tapped it. He hit it on Sunday after the game. He might even had, like I said, call your friends over. Let's have a fucking party. It's a Super Bowl. It's a fucking national holiday. Let's do this right. So, you just assume that all porn stars are doing that. They're probably just regular chicks and just want to get pounded out for 2 minutes and be done with it, and not for fucking 2 hours with some gigantic big black cock. Oh, there you go. There you go, Brett. We'll get no ads for you on this one, buddy. Anyway. But yeah, he tapped her on a Sunday, and then 3 days later on Valentine's Day, he dumps her. Kind of a shitty move, but hey, don't hate the player, hate the game, right? So, anyway, speaking of hot stuff, there is a new thing. Now, I got this air fryer now, right? So I am like obsessed with anything that can go into an air fryer right now. I'm looking for all the greatest air fryer things. So if you got great stuff, great ideas for the air fryer, I'm looking for frozen stuff because most of my fresh stuff I tend to not eat. I'm bad at it. I'm bad about it. So I'm looking for some frozen stuff ideas. Like right now, I've been doing chicken breasts. I got little frozen wontons. And then I got old school pizza rolls. And I'll be honest with you, I don't really like pizza rolls that much. Then I found something. I found an awesome thing. DiGiorno makes these little personal sized pizzas that fit right in my air fryer, and they're stuffed crust. Stuffed crust personal pizzas. How fucking good are they? Don't buy them from the grocery store. I'm going to buy them all. Okay? Anyway, they fit right in the air fryer. They're great. But I just mentioned pizza rolls and hot stuff. I don't like regular pizza rolls, but I ended up looking into, I was looking for air fryer stuff. When you do Instacart, you just type in air fryer, and it'll give you all these different options that you can put in your air fryer. It's actually pretty cool the way they do it. And I was looking through it, and I came across a thing for the FaZe clan. For all you gamers out there, you know what that is. That is a FaZe. The FaZe clan is a group of highly skilled gamers that, they have, I don't know enough about them. I know they're great gamers. That's all I know. Anyway, they've come out with their own brand or flavors of pizza rolls. And they're still like made by Totino's. They're still the legit pizza rolls, but they've got new ingredients. I bought some orange chicken pizza rolls, which I haven't tried yet. So orange chicken, like a Chinese dish you get, a little fried chicken that tastes with the orange sauce on it. So good. But what I tried tonight, speaking of hot stuff, like I said, they have buffalo chicken pizza rolls now. Buffalo chicken pizza rolls. I love a good buffalo sauce. And I'm not even a big ranch guy. I don't like ranch that much, but I do love ranch with buffalo sauce. I ate some of those buffalo chicken pizza rolls dipped in ranch. Holy shit, were those fucking good. Hot as balls. Really, really fucking hot. I think they threw a little cayenne in there, but really fucking good. So I highly recommend the buffalo chicken pizza rolls. All right, Secret ADS Mod said, Nugget Man offered to buy me a double Big Mac. He wants to see if I can eat it in 60 seconds. I think I could eat a double Big Mac in 60 seconds. I wouldn't be surprised if I could do that at all. I haven't had any extra cash right now to do this because it's expensive. I want to do the Mikey's McDonald's challenge with the double Big Macs. So I think what is Mikey's McDonald's challenge? I think it's 3 Big Macs, 20 nuggets, is it 1 or 2 large fries? And then the drink of your choice, large drink. I think that's what the challenge is. I can't remember. Something along those lines. But I want to try to do that with 3 double Big Macs and see if I can still beat my original time. That would be great. I've been wanting to try that. So, but it would be fun to try to just knock down a double in less than 60 seconds because I love a good Big Mac. Brap is saying some ideas for the air fryer. He goes mozzarella sticks, chicken wings, chicken fingers, not pre-cooked, and pizza logs, not the cheapo crap, the original pizza logs from Buffalo, New York. Now, I just saw some porn star, I'm reading, I saw the comment right below Braps, and it says, from Crooked Orchid, it says, wow, bad rap for porn stars, it seems. Not for me. I have no problem with porn stars. I feel they have a reputation. I'm not saying any of these things. I mean, a lot of them have that reputation, but I don't give a shit. You want to get fucking fucked for money? God love you. I think you're a saint as far as I'm concerned. But it's funny. He said, Bertie agrees the buffalo chicken ones are good. He hasn't tried the orange chicken ones yet, so I will probably try those tomorrow. Birdie Boy also says taquitos in the air fryer. I have done taquitos as well. And Overload says, I'm not a fat ass because I hate ranch, just saying. I hate ranch usually too. I'm very picky about what I put ranch. You put ranch on a salad, you might as well put poop on salad. That is so fucking gross. But using ranch sparingly it only goes good with buffalo sauce. That's it. That's actually the only time I like ranch is with buffalo sauce or hot wings. That's it. Otherwise, ranch is fucking gross. All right, let's see here. What do I got here? Let me check in here. Oh, I did just mention let's see. I'm trying to figure out what time we're at. Okay, so let's see. I have I know we talked about I mentioned Mikey a minute ago, Mikey being off the show indefinitely, which brings me to, we're getting ready to go to break, but before we go to break, I want to remind everybody, I am looking for somebody who might be interested in becoming a co-host, even, doesn't have to be full-time, it can be part-time, it doesn't have to be all those things. You could kind of work at your, it's got to be between 7 and 9, but it doesn't need to be every day is my point. So, if you feel like you might be able to add something to another dumb show because you're opinionated or you are able to create content, all those different things are things that would be beneficial for another dumb show. And I would love to find somebody who can add to the show. So if you think that's you, or if you think you know somebody who would be good for that, have them shoot me an email. anotherdumbshow@gmail.com is the best way to get a hold of me. If you don't feel like emailing, if direct messages and stuff like that is easier, try that. If you send me a direct message, I would recommend this. Comment on one of my other videos or something, or reel or something, and say, hey, dumb, check your DMs. Because I don't really check my DMs much. I'm just not into that. So, and for whatever reason, I don't even think I get notifications for them half the time. So I'm just saying, like, hit a comment on there and just say, yo, dumb, check your DMs. So yeah, we're looking for somebody to join here and have a little bit of fun with me in the evening between 7 and 9. So if you know somebody, send them my way. All right. We're going to take a quick break. If you've not hit the thumbs up on tonight's video, I would greatly appreciate that. YouTube needs, the algorithm loves it. We need it for the algorithm. So if you're here and you want to help support the show, and if financially funding the show isn't your thing, if you're not able to do, I don't expect everybody to be able to do that. But one thing I know you can do that is free, that can help support the show, is hit the thumbs up button. That is a great way to help support the show. If you can't help support financially, because we are fan funded here, thanks to people like Angelina and Scott78 and other people who put stuff in. I can't remember everybody, so I lied. Hold on, let me look at all that. I'll give love to everybody. Angelina, Eloquent Mixes, Angelina again, who's Scott78, and Negative Nancy's now been a member of Team Dumb Ultimate Fan. That's Brap. That's why I let Brap get away with everything. No, I'm kidding. No, I appreciate it so much. Thank you to all my Team Dumb Ultimate fans, including you, Brap. All right, guys, we are going to take a quick break. Hit that thumbs up. Hey, second hour is always happy hour here on Another Dumb Show. Take your kids, put them in the other room, find some violent video games, give them a controller, and say, hey, little Johnny, you see that guy over there? Just point your little stick at him, and bah! Take him out. And right when that blah happens, slam the fucking door shut, come out here and get you a little drinky drink, a little mokey moke, and we'll be right back on another Dumb Show. Hang on. Dumb Show. I'm another Dumb Show host. Thank you for joining me. Thanks for streaming on my tube. You know how much I love having you guys stream on my tube. It feels so good. It feels so right having you guys stream on my tube. Appreciate you. 844-HIT-DUMB, 844-448-3862. That's the number to call if you would like to talk to me. Crooked Orchids was complaining about the text message I was getting during the show. I do keep my phone on for text just in case I got kids and stuff, so I try to keep it on just for any emergencies, that kind of stuff. So, plus sometimes I'm an idiot and I start talking with my microphone turned off. So, I'd like to have somebody let me know. Sometimes I get a text message about it. So, like I said, 844-HIT-DUMB, 844-448-3862. Give us a call. I didn't get a text message. Those text messages were not from B1. I did get ESPN goes off too, sorry. I did get I got an email from B1. She must have sent it when we were talking about Travis and Taylor earlier. And Travis's, we weren't talking really about Taylor. We were talking about Travis Kelce and his going crazy after the Chiefs parade. Now, there's a little bit more in all the red flags that people are saying that Taylor Swift needs to watch out for with Kelce, that now he's this caveman. Well, there's video that's come out of the two of them hanging out. I believe this is after the Super Bowl. I don't think this is after the parade. I believe this is post-Super Bowl. Hold on, let me wipe my nose. I got a little choked up during the break, actually. You guys were being so nice to my mom during the break. My mom's in the chat over there in the League of Dummies. We're being very supportive since she's going to be having her operation tomorrow. So thank you to all of you for being nice to her. Anyway, back to Travis and Taylor. Video has been unearthed of the two of them at a club, either, I think, after the Super Bowl. But it's interesting to see. And then I think there's like a DJ playing in the background. So can't really play it. But here are the two of them. And if you look closely, you'll see Travis. Did you see that right there, guys? That was Travis Kelce. If you can see that glowing right there. That is Travis and Taylor. But you can see Travis is actually smoking right there. He's burning down. It's a little blurry, a little dark, but is it a club? But there you go. You see Killer Trav there burning down. Tay-Tay right next to him and not smoking. I think she's drinking a glass of wine. But everybody else around there just burning down in a club, which is crazy. I guess if you're a fucking NFL player, you can just do whatever the fuck you want. But she kisses him right after he's smoking and everything. So obviously it doesn't bother her too much. You know what I'm saying? She's rubbing his back. It seems like a very happy couple right there. But the internet is very upset about this. The fact that he was smoking around Taylor. The internet's not happy about this. There's a girl that tweeted, she says, "I've made my decision. I am not a fan of this at all. He's dragging her into parties, or rather clubs, I've never seen her ever attend, nor has she ever claimed to enjoy. It's the honeymoon phase. They're humoring each other, but she might develop an addiction. Drugs aren't a joke." You want to know why Taylor Swift didn't smoke with them? Because she's a fucking singer. And singers don't fucking smoke like that. They're not smoking down blunts in clubs with Travis Kelce if you're going to go sing in Tokyo the next night. It's so crazy. And then somebody shot back to that other comment and said, "As a Chiefs fan, I feel as though we're looking at this all wrong. We know Taylor Swift was smoking weed at a party a year ago. I think she is the bad influence on Travis. Travis would never have done drugs before her. Considering unstanding." That's pretty fucking funny. So the Swifties are turning on themselves regarding the Travis Kelce relationship. I got more stories that came out of the Super Bowl. There's all kinds of crazy stuff that came out of it. It turns out Kim K and Kim Kardashian and Odell Beckham Jr. have made it official. Apparently they've been dating for months now. But during the Super Bowl, they actually kind of came out before the game Or if it was, I don't know if it was actually before or during the game, but they actually found some shots of him. He was actually in her suite on Super Bowl Sunday. So he was with her during the game. I saw a picture of it. But before that, the internet, again, very divided about this new relationship, Kim K, whether she's made the right choice being with somebody like OBJ, who has the nerve to go to a strip club. That's right. The internet is mad at Odell Beckham Jr. because he's been dating now Kim Kardashian for 3 months, 3 whole months now. Super major commitment there. Now the internet is upset whether Kim should be with him because he's going to strip clubs. I guess he was at the Rhino Strip Club in Las Vegas, quote, getting a lot of attention. Uh-oh. Now, the witnesses say that it didn't look like he got any private dances, but a lot of people were making it rain, and OBJ was enjoying a lot of attention, which means all the girls were trying to get him to do private dances. Exactly. So who knows if he actually did. But I see, anytime I see a strip club story now, I think about, because I never knew this, and when I found it out, I was very shocked and didn't realize this was a thing. But with B1 is, despite having been a dancer herself, is very anti me going to strip clubs. Like I'm not allowed to go to, well, we're together, I'm not allowed to go to strip clubs. That's just the rule. She's not into them. I'm not allowed to go with buddies after like a football game or anything like that. Just not cool. Not into it. Does not want me going to strip clubs. Which I'll be honest with you, I think is weird. I was shocked when I found out she felt that way, because I just thought all couples were like, yeah, it's a strip club. Who cares? Dudes go to strip clubs. Girls go to strip clubs. She's gone to the male review things before, and I don't give a fuck. Go do that. Have fun doing that. I don't give a fuck. Go look at a dude with a giant banana hammock 3 times the size of mine and watch it swing in your face. That's what turns you on, or is for a good time. Go do it. I really don't care. You want to touch their glistening ass chests? Go right the fuck ahead. I wouldn't want to touch my man boobs. You want to touch a nice set of pecs at a male review? I don't care. I don't give a fuck. Just come home. So yeah, I never really understood her. I still to this day don't really understand the problem with it. But because yeah, those male reviews, those get dirty. By the way, those are much dirtier than like strip clubs, at least that I know of. I mean, the only story I really ever heard from her where I was like, that made me a little uncomfortable about when she was dancing was, and it really, I don't think it's my own insecurities, but like, it's actually, I think the reason I ended up saying to her, I don't think she needs to be a dancer anymore. Cause like when we first started being together, she was a dancer. And then when we first started dating, and then one day she came home after working at the club late one night, and she was telling me about her night, and she's saying how at the time Kyrie Irving was playing for the Cavs, the Cleveland Cavaliers, and him and I think his cousin or brother or somebody came into the club she was working at, and they basically just paid to have her in a back room, just dancing for them. And I guess either the brother or the cousin of Kyrie or whatever was just making it rain for her. I think she came home with like $1,000 that night or something crazy. And I just remember afterwards, I can remember exactly where I was. I was on my hands and knees in front of the loft apartment, the Russian billionaire apartment that I was staying in after my divorce. She was standing in the kitchen, and it's like a open loft. So you got your big open living room with the kitchen attached to it with like a little island to kind of divide the living room and the kitchen. So she's standing about 20 feet away from me in this kitchen area, and I am on my hands and knees listening to her tell me the story about Kyrie and the cousin and making it rain, and I'm just picturing her on a pole, half naked, dancing, them throwing money at her, and I go, I'm on my hands and knees. I think this is back when like DVDs were a thing. I think it was putting a DVD into the DVD player or looking for DVDs for us to watch a movie or something, and I remember I stopped what I was doing, and I thought to myself, I really could done without that story. I don't really mind her being a dancer, but I could have done without that story. And then I went, I'm not with you because I think you being a dancer is hot or anything. So, if you didn't want to be a dancer or anymore, I wouldn't care if you like quit that and found a different job or whatever. And like we weren't like I wasn't paying any of her bills or doing anything. There was nothing like that at that point. It was pretty early on in our relationship. I think she quit the next day. I think that she thought that it was like I thought it was going to be detrimental or a problem, and she kind of was like, "Oh, I like this guy, and I don't. I'm hoping that's what she said. Like, I like this guy, and I don't particularly like dancing. So if this guy doesn't like that I dance, I got an excuse to quit dancing now. So, I'll just be honest with you, I'll never really will understand her stance on strip clubs. It's just like I said, like she likes going to cat cafes, loves cats. Well, I love going to strip clubs because I love pussy. So there you go. Let's see here. I just talked about Kim K real quick. I got to tell you, Kim K is, well, I don't know anything about Odell Beckham Jr. as a partner. I can tell you she made the right decision about her old partner because Kanye West is fucking nuts. If you've seen all the stuff what's been going on with him and his wife or new girlfriend or wife or whatever, this Bianca chick in Italy, he's got her walking around. He's like turned this absolutely gorgeous supermodel potential girl. She's absolutely gorgeous. Let's see her picture before Bianca Sensori. Picture of her before Kanye. Let's see if I can find a picture of her before Kanye. I think this is when they first started dating. So it might have been, he might have first got his hands on her when she looked like Kim Kardashian. There's Bianca Sensori, great body, good looking chick. Very attractive, model quality, whatever. Well, he got his hands on her and somehow turned her into this. Here's just one example of what Kanye did to this girl. So we just saw how gorgeous she was, and then we look at this. She cut off all her hair, forces her to walk around braless in really unflattering sports bras, made her dye her hair blonde. And again, I'm assuming he made her do all this because Kanye is a weirdo like that. And that's what the internet assumes. But anyway, so Kanye made the worst Super Bowl commercial of all time. I'm not even going to bother playing it because it's so stupid. It's just him in a car. I think he's in a car, but he's just recording himself talking about, saying he spent $7 million to record himself talking about his shoes. So he claims he's covered the $7 million since then, and his shoes sold out or whatever. But the reason I bring it up, he is a psychopath. He is he's either psychopath or he's the ultimate troll, because what he was doing what he planned to do at the Super Bowl was as much as I'm a Swiftie, this was fucking great. He planned, he's obviously not over the drama between him and Taylor Swift. But I think I have the audio of a former NFL player named Brandon Marshall. I think he's got his own podcast. And he talks about Kanye and Taylor and what Kanye had planned for Taylor at the Super Bowl. Here is the clip. Now, it's just the audio of it, and it's just like a zoomed in. It's just like a picture of the two of these guys. Hold on one sec. Let me zoom it in here. Why is this doing this? What are we doing here? There we go. All right, hold on. Here's the audio of Brandon Marshall talking about Kanye Swift's, what he had planned for Taylor Swift, allegedly.
Let me tell you what happened yesterday. Some more juice, more tea. Ooh. So Kanye West pulls up to Vegas. Kanye West pulls up to the Super Bowl. Kanye West buys a ticket right in front of Katy Perry's booth. So anytime they were going to be showing Katy Perry, Kanye's face was going to be there. He had a mask on with his logo on the mask, right? Typical Kanye. So NFL, Taylor Swift gets pissed off. Sheik Boom Boom makes a call or two. Everybody's involved. He gets kicked out the stadium.
Now, here's the discrepancy in this. Now, I think that he meant to say Taylor Swift and not Katy Perry, because from what I was reading and what I've seen about this, he was trying to be right in front of Taylor Swift. Because why would they cut to Katy Perry? He's supposed to be right in front of Taylor Swift. So, like they said, every time they cut to Taylor Swift, they're going to see Kanye.
Boom makes a call or two. Everybody.
Oh, hold on, I jumped ahead.
Oh, NFL, Taylor Swift gets pissed off. She boom boom makes a call or two. Everybody's involved. He gets kicked out the stadium.
Oh,
yeah.
This is hot.
But Kanye,
hot. We didn't hear about this.
No. Yeah. This is hot tea.
Okay.
Got kicked out the stadium, but he was trying to leverage. You know, her celebrity to make some
because he knows they're not going to cut to him, so he's like, I'm going to strategically position myself. So every time they cut over here to her,
so good.
But did you say in front of Taylor's booth or in front of Katy Perry's booth?
Oh, my bad. Sorry, in front of Taylor Swift's booth.
There you go.
Okay.
So now you got to go back to the beef. You know, him cutting her off when she's winning the Grammy, and then it's like, you know, Beyonce should have won it, and then years after, and just that whole relationship. But that's what he tried to do, man. He tried to sit in front of Taylor Swift.
I mean, that was smart. That was smart.
It was smart.
But NFL didn't allow it even after he paid the money. Damn.
Pay what money?
I thought you said he bought the booth. Or
the ticket. It was no. So it was like the seat right in front of her suite.
Right.
So, yes, he still would have been right there in the mix.
Damn.
Now, who knows if this story is true? If it was true, what a fucking great move by him. I'm not a huge Kanye fan by any means. I actually think he's a fucking anti-Semite loser. I'm not a big fan of. He's not he's an anti-Semite and a weirdo. He's clearly mentally ill. So I don't like him because, I liked him when he was a rock star and really making great music and could get away with acting like a rock star. But now he's just weird. He's just a weirdo doing weird things. Seems like he's treating this girl kind of oddly. But God, what a genius move that would have been. If this is real and he was able to do it, and every time they cut to fucking Taylor, he's just standing there in an all black mask or one of his weird all diamond masks, or with this fucking just titanium grill in, just fucking cheesing for the whole world to see. That would have been fucking great. It would have been really, I love Taylor, but what a fucking great troll move that would have been. Now, I got to be honest with you. I don't know if Kanye West would have actually been in front of that booth doing any kind of smiling, because if I was him, maybe I know why he wears that mask sometimes. That just popped into my head, actually. That makes a lot more sense, to tell you the truth. Let's see if this is the right video, because I downloaded this right before the show started, and I was worried that it might be the wrong video. Let me see here. Let me make sure. Yeah, I knew that was going to be the wrong video. Yeah, all right, so never mind. Forget that. I got a picture that I can show you guys. I don't know what the fuck is going on with this dude, but Kanye has the absolute worst. I was saying he's going to be, whether he'd be in front of Taylor, he'd be smiling or showing his face. No, he's be wearing the mask he has, because I don't know if you guys can see this. What is on this guy's fucking lip? What the fuck is that? What in the world is going on with this guy's lip? Did he drink out of a straw that was a metal straw that came right out of the dishwasher? It was really hot or something like that. Did he put his grill in? Because you can see he's got his titanium grill there. Do you think that was hot? Like that came out of the dishwasher or wherever you wash a. We got an autoclave for one of those. I don't know. How do you keep that thing clean? Anyway, he burned his mouth on that? Or according to the people in the news, from what I've read, they all believe that he's got the herp, is what's going on with him right there. So, and again, I have no idea. I'm not making any allegations. This is what people, a doctor in the news, say that these type of lip things could be. Again, I have no idea whether that's the case, what's going on with him or not, but very, very weird. Now, it's kind of weird, though, I have to tell you. I always thought, oh, shit, real quick. Superfan donation from Tyler T. He said, next food challenge, Dumb? Looking to try another one. Attempted Mikey's McDonald's challenge once with no luck. Couldn't finish it all. By the way, I am still waiting for somebody to take me on. No, somebody's got to beat my time. I think it was 18-17 for Mikey's McDonald's challenge for me. And I don't think we've had anybody who's even eaten all the food, let alone beat my time. So I'm still looking for someone. If you think you can eat, you know somebody who can eat and think that they can take me on and want to come on the video and take down the king, bring it on. I'm waiting for somebody to try to take me on. Anyway, so going back to Kanye and what this thing could be on his lip. Now, I always thought that herp, and I don't know if it is the herp. I don't know anything about Kanye or what he does. I have no idea about his medical anything. But what I read is people saying that this kind of bump could potentially be a herp. Now, I was always under the impression that the herp was a big open sore. This looks like a burn blister. Like here, let me pull this up again. It looks like a burn blister to me. You know what I mean? It doesn't look like an open sore. Like I always thought a herp sore was like, have you ever had a canker sore when you were like, I haven't had a canker sore as an adult. But when I was a little kid, I used to get canker sores all the time. I don't know why, but I got canker sores all the time on the inside of my mouth. I'd get really big ones. They were really horrible. They were burnt. They hurt like hell. But when I got older, they went away. I don't know what happened. But like they were like little, if you ever never had a canker sore, they're like a little volcano in the inside of your mouth. Like it's a little open sore. Imagine just a little tiny volcano in the inside of your mouth where it's like an open sore. There's no like lava or anything coming out of it, but it's just like a dead volcano. And like there's like, you know, if you know what the top of I always describe my butthole as a caldera. A caldera is the very top of a volcano. So you got your, you know, comes up like this, then the very top of it is this ring is called the caldera. I always say that's what my butthole is, red ring of fire, Texas red eye. Anyway, that's kind of what a canker sore is in the inside of your mouth. It's like this little raised up kind of caldera thing. And I always thought that's what a herpes sore was, but on the outside. It was like this open sore that was like seeping stuff on the outside of someone's face. That's what I always thought a herpes sore was. So I'm a little confused by that, to tell you the truth. I don't really even know if that's what it is. Like I always thought, like I thought not, and people like I heard like I don't have any of this, but what I've read about it and heard about it, and because well we talked to somebody who had it, it just grosses me out just thinking about it. But people get like these sores on their jennies. And, you know, on their Johnson or their vag, and you get these, you know, so just imagine like on a girl's lip, fucking just a big open sore. Ugh, it's so bad. And I know they're not there all the time, but they get flare-ups. So, I mean, if you got to describe anything as a flare-up, that's not good. That's not good. You don't want any kind of flare-ups on your anything. That's bad news. All right. So, I actually, oddly enough, let's see here. Oddly enough, I have another story about the herp. Strangely. And I'm not trying to pick on anybody, but it's something, I don't know what's going on. But right now in Miami, the Dolphins, it's pretty, well here, we'll start with last year. Last year, an unknown woman, she dropped a lawsuit she had against a Miami Dolphins cornerback, Xavier Howard. Allegedly, the two-time All-Pro player supposedly lied to and, quote, negligently gave her genital herpes. The woman filed a notice of voluntary dismissal without prejudice. So that means the suit can be filed again, but it's been dismissed. Well, I guess back in March of last year, the attorney for Xavier Howard, he went on social media to defend his client, say that he never had herpes. He said, I'm just going to read the tweet because I don't feel like pulling it up. It says, Xavier Howard never had genital herpes in the first place. The entire basis of her lawsuit was a literal impossibility. part of the tweet also said, he's accuser, nevertheless lobbed out defamatory, absurd, and knowingly false claims as one of several unsuccessful attempts to extort money from him. Well, so that kind of just went away. I don't know if he ended up paying her off behind the scenes for it to go away. If she was lying, I don't really know. But now there's another lawsuit about another Miami Dolphins player who supposedly gave his then girlfriend genital herpes without telling her he had the virus. The plaintiff in the case is claiming that both parties underwent the necessary after she noticed signs of infection on the Miami Dolphins player in question. The lawsuit claims that both of them tested positive for genital and oral herpes. The lawsuit claimed the player, quote, owed a duty to his ex to either refrain from sex or warn her that he was infected. So, you know, in case she just decided she wanted to roll the dice and fuck him or whatever. Get out of here. Let's see. In 2023, he failed to tell her that she was carrying the virus. The plaintiff claims that several months after she noticed lesions on her partner, that's when they did the STI testing. So she's hanging out with him. Either he pulls his pants down, he's got a big lesion on his Johnson, or he's got one of those things on his lip. And so they go get a test, and they both end up having the herp, which is described here as a common incurable virus that causes painful blisters. Ugh. Now, what's crazy about this story is, so the story got put out by, I think it was the Miami Live Times or some website or some newspaper I've never heard of. But what's crazy about it is when the lawsuit came out, when the newspaper got it, apparently you could see they had all the names redacted. So the Miami Dolphins player's name was redacted and the woman's name was redacted with the black boxes, you know what I mean? So it's covered up so you can't see what's in it. But apparently you could see right through the fucking boxes. You could see the names. There was also a thing, I think the people were just cutting and pasting the redacted part, and it didn't show the black box when you did the cut and paste. You could do it or do some sort of thing to turn it off. So it's only a matter of time before we find out who this other dude is with the herp. So, but you know what? So even though what are they called? The Miami New Times, when they reported this, they decided not to release the name, even though they knew who it was. But you know, somebody working there is going to fucking leak. They're going to leak it out to the public. So we'll find out who it is. So, well, we don't have unfortunately, we don't have a herpes expert on the show anymore. All right, let's see, what else do I have here? Negative Nancy said, do it live at the ADS meetup this spring. I think he's referring to an eating challenge. That would be fun to do live. Negative Nancy then also says, how big is your butthole? The caldera. Yeah, no, it's not the size of it. That's just what it's called. It's just like, the round, burning round ring. You know what I'm saying? All right. There is, gross, Scott. Scott, somebody said there's nothing better than eating scabby puss. Ugh, gross. Speaking of scabby people, no, I don't know if they're scabby or not. Do you remember Rachel Dolezal? I don't know if that name is familiar to you. Here, let me find a picture of her. Here is a picture of Rachel Dolezal. If you don't remember her, she is. Hold on one sec. This computer is being funky. Come on, move. Here, I'll do a zoomed in on her. See if this maybe helps you guys recognize her. This is Rachel Dolezal. Now, beautiful African American lady interestingly with blue eyes though. Got a nice, whatever that thing's called, the beehive or whatever. Rachel Dolezal, she was a chapter leader of the NAACP. I always do that. Until they found out that the picture that I just showed you didn't quite do justice to what she actually looks like. This is her as a child, notably not black. So when the NAACP, the National, what is it? The National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, found out that she was actually white. She was promptly removed from her position as a chapter leader of the NAACP. The only reason I'm bringing her up is she's back in the news again. When she finished, here's actually another great picture. Here's another picture of her when she was, quote, black versus when she was a little white girl. Can you imagine that's the same person? That's so crazy. Man, she really hoodwinked and bamboozled them, didn't she? Anyway, Rachel Dolezal is back in the news because she has now switched things up. I gotta be honest with you, I feel a little bit bad for her when she lost her position on. She lost her position with the whatever they're called, the NAACP, which is understandable. I could see why they get rid of her, or they get rid of a white person pretending to be black. That makes sense to me. But she ended up just falling into, instead of having that kind of prestigious job that she had, that she has fallen into becoming a teacher. I don't know what grades she's teaching. It didn't really say in the article, but she is working for a school district as a teacher, and she's only making $19 an hour. It's not a lot of money. Take it from me. I was making $13.85 when I was working at the radio station, a whopping $13.85 at the radio station. So I know $19 an hour is definitely not much more than that, and it's it's hard to pay the bills. I know somebody else making $19 an hour and they're struggling to pay bills. So I felt bad for her. So she obviously was struggling a little bit, and she decided that like any good teacher would do these days, she decided to start an OnlyFans. There she is. That's Rachel Dolezal. I think she goes by something different now. I can't remember what her name was. But she is officially doing OnlyFans. And the school district found out about it. And of course, you guys know what happens when school districts find out about this kind of stuff. I think I just saw a story about a mom. This isn't even I saw a story about a mom in the news who is an OnlyFans creator and was taking her kids to a Christian school. She had an advertisement on the back of her SUV for her OnlyFans. And she ended up, they said that she wasn't allowed to drive that car to bring the kids to school. And then eventually it went to the point where they kicked the kids out of school. So I'm not really sure what she thought. It's a Christian school. Not surprised at all. Not even a little bit that happened. I would love to say I feel bad for her, but I mean, what the fuck do you think is going to happen? You're showing up at a Christian school with an OnlyFans thing. So anyway, this Rachel Dolezal has done the same thing. She's taken to OnlyFans and she lost her job, obviously. But I mean, and I'll show her actually. I mean, not a bad bod on this chick. She doesn't, she did pretty good for herself. She got in shape. She was a little chunkier before, a little bit. Maybe get some plastic surgery for that chin or whatever, or don't do that face. Don't do that with your face. But she looks pretty good. I don't know. She's older anyway. I don't know how old she is, but Jesus Christ, this is literally the only profession that really, I mean, like, you can't be a fucking OnlyFans model if you're a teacher. If you have any profession where you're dealing with children who are old enough to use a phone or the internet, like if you're a nursery school teacher and you're an OnlyFans thing, I actually don't think that's that big of a deal. You start dealing with kids who are old enough to have phones, start 8, 9. I mean, some people give their phones to kids when they're fucking 3 or whatever, but I don't think my kids got a phone until they were 9, 8 or 9 or something like that, maybe even 10. So that's like the cutoff. You can't teach anybody over that age who would have a phone and access to OnlyFans. It's like the only job in the world. You're dealing with fucking kids. You're a dipshit if you think that it's okay. I talk about holding yourself to a higher standard. This is one of the ultimate examples. You can't be getting naked on the internet and then going and teaching kids during the day. I know you have the right to do that, and it's technically not hurting anybody, and you're not doing anything illegal, very legal, but it's not even, in my opinion, it's not immoral. But children are supposed to be, they have to have an innocence about them, and we'd like to protect them from things like OnlyFans. So, um, if they catch wind of the fact that their teacher is on OnlyFans, of course they're going to go start looking and trying to find it. And it's only going to be a matter of time until they do catch wind and they do find her and they start looking at their teacher naked. And how the fuck are they going to take their teacher seriously while they're sitting in class with a big hard boner because they're thinking about the pictures of her and whatever she stuck in herself the night before on OnlyFans? That they sit in their bedroom with their mom and dad, went to bed, and they get the blanket over their head and they're just going to town cranking it to their teacher. So it's nuts. You got, no kid is going to be able to take the teacher seriously once that happens. You're kind of done at that point. So, let's see here. Brap with a superfan donation. He said, going back to her, he said, the picture of her, he said that forehead/face is horrid. Need lots of delis. Yeah, I didn't say her face was good, but a decent bod for however old she is, no big fat stomach or anything like that. See some abs there, I like a girl with some shoulders. She's got some decent shoulders, that's not bad, not bad. I don't like her face either. That's a butter face for sure. But look at me. Let's be honest. I'm not exactly a handsome guy. Let's see here. What else do I have to talk about? You know what, guys? I'm going to be honest with you. I think we're going to wrap things up. I have to get to bed early tonight because I have I have to get my, we have to take my mom. I have to get up at 5 a.m. tomorrow. Actually, no. I got to get up at 4:45 tomorrow because I haven't showered. So I'm going to have to shower in the morning. So, no, it's actually going to be, I got to get up at 4:30 a.m. tomorrow. Because it's going to take me, because I take a minute to get up. So I got to take a shower. It takes about a half hour. I got to get ready. I know I'm going to be at the hospital for a while, so I might actually eat breakfast for once. So I'm going to eat something. I'll smoke. So that's going to take a good, half hour and that alone. So that will take me all the way to 5:30. And that's pretty much right when I need to go pick up my mom to make it to the surgery center by 6 o'clock a.m. 6 a.m. What kind of psychopaths? Psychopaths schedule stuff for 6 a.m. Now, the last time I ended up, I believe I took B1 in for, when she got her, I don't remember if it was her hip surgery or whatever. I can't remember. Anyway, I remember sitting there for hours before they even took her back for the procedure, which then took another bunch of hours. Oh my God, it was fucking torture. I was losing my mind. It was terrible. I was losing my mind. So I know it's going to be a long day tomorrow, and I probably got to get a little bit of sleep. Otherwise, I'm going to be a complete bear. And so I'm going to go to bed early tonight. I'm aiming to do a show tomorrow at 7, because I mean, if I'm there from 6 a.m. till 3, I'm gonna freak out because you're not freak out. I'm probably gonna be there that long. I gotta swallow it and just understand I'm gonna be there that long, which is fine. I gotta be there to support my mom. But so again, I don't know what the story is for tomorrow night's show. I don't know how long I'm gonna be there. I don't know if I'm gonna have to hang out with her for recovery at home. I don't know any of that kind of stuff. I don't know what's going on. We'll see how it goes, I guess, with the procedure and what the post-op instructions are and all that stuff. So we are on the fence for tomorrow night's show. But like I said, I am aiming for a members-only show on Sunday during the race. Hopefully, maybe we'll get some good weather. Either way, a little bit up in the air then over the next couple of days as far as the show times and whether or not we're going to do them based on mom's health and rain in Daytona. So, alrighty, guys. I believe that Secret ADS Mod said, another dumb show, don't forget the flowers. I have not forgotten the flowers. I just don't think I'm going to get the flowers in the morning when I pick her up the way Tim had suggested. Tim was nice enough to put in a nice superfan donation for me to get some flowers for my mom. But I don't think I'm going to get them for her on the way there. Maybe I'll go pick them up. I can't leave while she's in there. So maybe I'll just have to get them for the next day or whatever because, I show up with flowers because I got to go to the hospital with her. We're going to take them. I'm going to leave them on the counter. Sounds weird. So, all right. I believe that's going to wrap things up. Scott78 said, Dumb, what is the difference if it's a teacher, a mother, or a sister? To me, that's a good question. That is a good question. I guess if you're a mom, well, I was saying professions are the only profession where you truly have to hold yourself to a higher standard. Now, moms and sisters, that's a different, that where do your morals lie? Where are your lines as far as what's ethical and what's unethical? Me, I would give two shits. I wouldn't have cared at all. I wouldn't have cared at all. I just wouldn't. And I mean, I take that back. I have no idea actually how I would have reacted when I was younger, because the concept of the internet, really, when I was that age, it had just started. I was like 1996 is when I graduated from high school, and I'm pretty sure the first experiences I had with the internet was maybe the end of my sophomore year, beginning of my junior year, so 94, 95. Fucking Netscape Navigator, printing out pictures of Jenny McCarthy naked in the school library, Playboy pictures of her. That's how I would spend my study halls. But so no, I think that mothers and teachers, very different situation. Teachers are being paid to educate people. I know not much, but maybe go DoorDash on the side, not show your booty on the internet. There was one other comment I saw here that was a good one. Doug Killed Jack said, Dumb, did you have innocence at 10? No, my innocence was destroyed because I went over to some kid's house who put a porn on for me when I was 5 years old. He put the worst porn in the world, too, to put on. He put the porn Taboo on, which is about mom banging her son. It's not a good movie to see for your very first porn. You know what I'm saying? So, no, I was definitely not innocent. But the goal, obviously, is to keep the kids as innocent as you can, as long as you can. That's why I was saying, once the kids are in an age where they're no longer, you're trying to hold on to their innocence as long as you can. You don't want teachers forcing their innocence in that sense, if that makes sense. You don't want teachers damaging their innocence because they're directly related to these kids. They work they're every day. They spend more time with the teachers than they do with their parents. So I don't know. I don't think there's anything wrong with her doing it necessarily, but just not as a teacher. Just don't be a teacher and do OnlyFans. You can't do it. So, all right. Just Negative Nancy with one of the Secret ADS Mod is saying just plan on being off for Bish Day. Scott78 saying just take care of your mom, and Brap is saying don't forget the time to crank one out in the morning. You don't want her to see the morning glory. Okay. Well, mine usually just goes away on its own after I take a leak. I don't have to always crank one out, man. So, hey, if that's what you got going on, good for you. You got that testosterone just pumping, dude. It's just flowing through you at that point. So, alrighty, guys. That is going to wrap things up for us here tonight. Everybody, if you're a prayer, make sure you say your prayers for old Bish there, my mom, since she's doing her surgery tomorrow. I would greatly appreciate all your guys' support, and I'm sure she would love to have all your thoughts and prayers going on as you guys, as she goes through this. I think the more, I'm a big believer in the power of positive thinking and kind of manifesting stuff by saying it out loud. So, Mom, you're going to be just fine. They're going to go in there, and they're going to find whatever's in there, and they're going to pull it out, and they're going to look at it and say, oh, there's nothing wrong with this. This is just a weird bump. There's no C word in this shit. It's just a weird ass bump. So that's what's going to happen. Or they're going to go in there and they go, you know what? Just a weird bump. We don't even need to pull this fucking thing out. Just a genetic abnormality like they did when they found out with my kidney when I thought they had the C there. Nothing. No, just a wonky looking kidney on the inside. Just a weird bump. So that's what hopefully will be going on. Not hopefully. That is what's going to happen with my mom tomorrow. Everything's going to be just fine. So, alrighty, folks. That's going to wrap things up for us tonight. If you've not already hit the thumbs up on tonight's video, I would greatly appreciate it if you did that. I am aiming to be back live at 7 tomorrow, but no promises. Keep an eye. Make sure you have your notifications turned on. That way you will know whenever I go live, in case maybe I just pop on my phone in the middle of the day, in the middle of the hospital, in the waiting room or something. If I go take a walk outside, maybe I'll pop it on if it's not raining or whatever. So that's going to wrap things up. Thank you to everybody who donated and funded the show tonight. Angelina, Eloquent Mixes, Angelina quite a bit tonight. Who's Scott 78, Negative Nancy, Tyler T, all of you guys put in superfan donations tonight, so I greatly appreciate that, all of you. And to all of you who watched, I appreciate all of you being here as well. So in case we are not live, hey, get away from that camera. In case we're not live, back tomorrow at 7. I hope you guys have a great weekend. And otherwise, I hope to see you guys soon. I am out of here. See ya.